Benny! 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 Hello Hoovians, Crispy Bro here. Yes, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about Orphan 55, the third episode of Series 12, and yep, it was a thing that happened. Please subscribe for good Doctor Who content. Also, this is my new room. I'm filming at night, so the camera's kind of lagging a bit, but this is where we'll be making videos and stuff from now on. Hey, pretty cool, right? Don't mind the boxes and things. I thought it would look cool. But I digress. I don't really know how I should light this thing. Oh geez, now I look less pasty. Hello everyone. Okie dokie, Orphan 55. Let's review it.
So Crispy, what were your overall thoughts?
Oh yeah, you can see all my Doctor Who stuff. Does that look cool? Okay, so Series 12 started off really strong for me. And it was the most excited I've been about Doctor Who in a long time. Spyfall Part 1 and 2, I bloody love them. And then the bloody trailer for Orphan 55 came out, and I was like, wow, the first two episodes have been incredible. And they were hyping this up. They were hyping this episode up so much. There was one trailer where it was like, you will not believe how this episode ends. And I was like, oh boy, what's gonna happen? How could they possibly top the first two episodes? Are they gonna bring back Rose, River Song, Captain Jack? Is the Doctor gonna die? Or one of the companions gonna die? What's gonna happen? I thought at the very least it would be something that would impact this series long term, like that the Master could be pulling the strings. But no, not at all. We did not get anything like that. So the ending kind of ruined it for me because there was so much marketing for this, and you know, it led fans to do wild speculation when there was nothing wild to speculate about. So overall, it was a fairly average episode that they hyped up to be something more than what it was.
So what was new during this episode, Crispy?
Ryan got a kiss. So on you, Ryan. Good job, mate. You're doing it, mate. The guy from In-Betweeners was in it, and he had a son in the episode. And I would have liked to have seen them more. They were barely on screen, but they seem pretty cool together. There was also an elderly couple that were there as well for the supporting cast. I mean, the supporting cast were like, okay, like they were the typical Doctor Who supporting cast, but I mean, when we already have like 3 main companions plus the Doctor, the whole episode focused on around like 10 people, so it's kind of hard to give everyone enough screen time to do them justice. We had some cool monsters. I can't remember the names, but they looked pretty cool. They ended up being humans in the end. I'm pretty sure that was a thing that happened. I only just saw it. There was like a lady that was like half cat or half dog or something. I don't know. I feel like humanoid animals are doing really well these days.
What was your favorite scene?
I actually really genuinely enjoyed the first like 20 minutes of this episode when they were at the spa. It looked beautiful and it was nice to see the companions, you know, have a bit of fun and not be on the run so much. And I like the scene where Ryan got like this virus from a vending machine. Like the virus could travel not just from like people, it could travel in objects and stuff. I thought that was a pretty cool concept. It would have been cool if they built upon that a bit more, or maybe we'll see it return in the future. Who knows?
What was your favorite quote of the episode?
Graham said something about his Speedos. I can't exactly remember the quote, but it made me laugh, so well done, mate.
Were there any flaws within this episode?
Okay, this lady right here, I think we can all agree she was a bit annoying. I understand her circumstances. It's never ideal. But I don't know, the amount of time she shouted Benny, I think that was his name, was unreal. Was unreal. Also, I get the message of this episode. It'd be impressive if you didn't actually get the message of this episode. But with all the like preachy stuff Series 11 did, you'd think they'd like try and avoid that kind of stuff for the new series. But you know, it was in your face and a little bit jarring. But I did enjoy the reveal that this planet that could barely sustain life was in fact Earth from the future. I thought that was pretty cool. In fact, since we're on the matter, I don't like getting serious on this channel, but my home, Australia, is suffering some severe bushfires right now. So in the description, I actually have left a link to the Australian Wildlife and Nature Recovery Fund. So if you wish to donate, it could help out a lot of people. So yep. So weirdly enough, this week's Doctor Who was more relevant than usual.
Were there any moments that made you go, what?
The ending made me go, what? Because I was so disappointed in that. But they did have a really nice speech. Like Jodie Whittaker did give a really nice speech at the end there. and it really makes you think. But like, as I keep saying, they hyped it up so much, so when the episode ended, it did leave me feeling a bit like flat.
Did I cry during this episode?
No, I did not.
What would you give this episode out of 10?
Orphan 55 had an excellent first 20 minutes, and then it kind of lost me from there. The supporting cast were good, but I feel like it's almost wasted potential because it could not justify giving them enough screen time, and the ending was hyped to be something more than it actually was. So I would have given this episode a 6 out of 10, just like an average Doctor Who episode, but since the ending disappointed me and the marketing kind of screwed it up for me, I will give Orphan 55 a 5 out of 10. I would give it 55 orphans out of 100. That sounds weird. I'm not using that. Maybe I will. But hey, that's just my opinion. Why don't you let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you kind of like, like me? I also asked on Twitter at CrispyPro what you guys thought of the episode, and I got some pretty cool responses, so let's read them. I feel like Ed Heim got high, went to a climate convention, and wrote an episode of Doctor Who. It wasn't the greatest ep at all, but it felt more like Doctor Who than Series 11, so I can appreciate that. Ed Heim, he was the one that wrote The One That Got Away. No, that was Katy Perry. It Takes You Away, and that's the episode with the frog. With the frog at the end. Now that was an unbelievable ending. That shook me. They should have marketed that as like, you won't believe what happens at the end of this episode, because I didn't. Jessica says 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it and I liked the humor, but still have mixed feelings due to some of the plot holes and the plot feeling overall a little messy. I think I need to rewatch to judge it properly though. I think I need to rewatch it too. I literally only just watched it, so I don't know. I need to let it simmer for a bit more, but right now I'm feeling I applaud it for trying to put out a serious message, but it feels like they had that idea first and then tried to build a story around that. The overall plot was weak, pacing was all over the place, lots of questions and very few answers. In short, good idea, but very badly executed. The whole climate change message, whilst an important one, felt like a last-minute addition. Richard says, I've been reading some of the tweets and there's so much negativity, but I don't really know why. I actually quite liked it. It did have a Doctor's Daughter feel to it with the tunnels and the overground wasteland stuff, but the mention and the mention of terraforming. But I liked it. Simply mediocre. Started well, got up to 3rd gear after 20 minutes, then stalled and flatlined for the last 30. Also, the unmissable ending left me feeling really flat and empty. Not great. Let's hope it's the Fear Her of Series 12 and we get back on track next week. The Fear Her of Series 12. Whoa! That's a big insult. That's my least favorite episode, if anyone's wondering. Probably the worst of the Whittaker era and one of the worst of Modern Who. The dregs look cool in the first 10 minutes I enjoyed, but as soon as they left the spar, it spiraled into a mess of poor pacing and sloppy editing with side characters that I found unbearable. Benny! Thank you so much for your tweets. Once again, you can follow me at CrispyPro. I really do enjoy seeing what you guys think because it's nice to get some varied opinions. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully Series 12 kind of like picks up next week. Next week looks pretty sick. I should be doing a video on the Timeless Child at some point this week, so look forward to that. Get keen. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, please subscribe if you have not already, and we will see you very, very shortly. Allons Benny!